First question down on the right, first row.
Hey, Duncan. Shane Young with Forward Sports. Coach was saying it's hard to overstate how difficult Bam's responsibilities are in this series. Curious, what has he meant for you guys and you specifically as a playmaker?
Yeah, I mean, Bam is the heart and soul of what we're doing on both ends. Sets a tone for us defensively with his versatility and just making it difficult, usually on team's best player a lot of times, especially in this series. And then offensively, he does a lot, gets people open, a lot of stuff that doesn't show up in box scores, screens, assists, all that sort of stuff. And also when he's aggressive, it's usually when we're at our best. So he's been huge.
We're going to left side, third row.
Cooper Moorhead, Heat.com. Dunk. They looked like early in the second quarter they were kind of blowing up your bread and butter actions with Bam. Then it flipped in the fourth. So what changed with your pick and roll and handoff actions with Bam to let you get free?
Yeah, first off, just kind of having an approach and a disposition to not kind of just let them take me out of what we're trying to do. So that's a start. And also just kind of doing it with the brain as well. And, not just going out there mindlessly and just trying to run off a handoff, but instead just being a little bit more patient, a little bit more thoughtful with it. So, was able to get open in large part because of good screens and good passing.
On the right side, fourth row.
Tim Reynolds, Associated Press. Dunk, do you remember anything specific that was said in the huddle going into the fourth? I mean, you guys have kind of lived in that sorry, Dunk.
My bad.
You guys have kind of lived in that situation all year, having to pull games out late. It's like second nature for you guys. Was there anything special about that huddle, or was it just more of the same because it's kind of the story of your year?
Yeah, nothing that really sticks out. We got a lot of belief as a group, and to be honest, we liked the flow of the game and how it was going, and the fact that we felt like at times we really had it on our terms, and we're kind of making it difficult for them. So, that's important. But we knew they were a really good team, and we just needed to come out with a sense of urgency in that fourth. It was kind of like a now or never sort of thing. So, started with the defense, obviously, and we were able to do some things from there.
First row, third seat.
Hey, Duncan, Wes Goldberg, Locked On Network. You mentioned sort of your patience moving off the ball, and I'm just curious if you could take us through that play. I think you finished kind of through Jeff Green on contact, that cut to the right side of the basket. Like, what were you seeing there? Is that something that's like comes through that patience that you kind of just see those things open up as the play develops? Yeah, just not always just running to the ball. Just trying to be a little bit more creative. It's something I've been working on for a little while now. It's a development thing. It's taking time to get to that point. But it makes it easier when you got guys that can find you in those situations. Because the cut is one thing, but the pass is really what makes it.
Left side, fifth row.
Hey, Duncan, Pat Graham, Associated Press. You didn't take a shot through three quarters, and then you had that stretch in the fourth where you couldn't miss. I guess, did you find your rhythm there, or can you take us through that little stretch you had to kind of get this team back on track?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I hadn't done much in the first game, and then the first half of this game. We talk a lot about trying not to have empty minutes, so just trying to play with a certain level of aggressiveness on offense, just to at least be out there and have my presence felt. So obviously it helps when the ball goes in, which you can't always control. But just really about taking the right shots and just being aggressive.
Going to go to the right side, fourth row.
Peter Brown with The Athletic. Duncan, I'm curious. Max Strus also had a tough game one. He comes out, makes a few big threes early. Just how encouraging was that for the team, and can seeing one guy get going be contagious for the rest of the roster? Yeah, for sure. Max coming out like that was huge, and to be honest with you, we expected it. We know how great of a shooter he is, and when he came out and hit those shots early, I think it settled everyone a little bit, and from there, it's just about continuing to chip away. So we got a lot of belief in everybody that can step up and make shots.
The left side.
Man, ESPN. Duncan, after you went on that run in the fourth quarter, when you got the bucket just before the timeout, little flex, nice little, pretty impressive, I would say, mean mug there. What's going through your mind there? What are you feeling at that moment?
I surprised myself with the fact that I pulled that one out. That was not premeditated at all. That was a spur-of-the-moment sort of thing. Truth be told, I don't get a lot of moments throughout the season to break that one out. So when you get one, you got to try to take advantage of it, I guess. But mostly just trying to play with a certain level of joy. I feel like I play my best when I'm having fun, and I'm always going to try to be respectful with it, but having fun and enjoying just this stage. I mean, this is an incredible stage to be on as a player. This is what you dream about, so it doesn't make any sense to get here and not enjoy it.
Going to take two more questions. Third row, left side.
Ethan Skolnick, 5 Reasons Sports. Duncan, just to follow on that question, with everything that you've kind of dealt with over the past couple of years, in and out of the rotation, maybe confidence at times, how gratifying is it, and how much of sort of the emotion we've seen from you as a result of that to be contributing on this stage?
Yeah, it's certainly gratifying. It gives you a newfound perspective and appreciation just for opportunity and this journey, understanding that you kind of go through stretches where you're going to have challenges and you're going to have to deal with adversity and overcome it. And it's not always storybook in that sense, and you don't always get what you want, and just kind of learning how to deal with that and push through that. I think obviously it makes moments like this more enjoyable, but I think it also just makes you more grateful to have opportunities on this stage. So try not to take it for granted, and just go out there and enjoy myself and have fun, and try to help this team win games.
Final question, right side, second row.
Tyler King, Denver Gazette. Duncan, you mentioned kind of your struggles in the first game and a half of the series. Did a lot of that have to do with kind of the physicality that Christian Brown was showing on the other side? And kind of going off of that, how did you adjust? Is it about the mental aspect that allowed you to adjust there in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, he's a really good defender. Comes in and sets a tone just with kind of his speed and physicality. So there's going to be adjustments both ways. As an offensive player, you kind of got to adapt, and he's got to do the same. So just kind of continuing to learn and grow as you kind of gain experience throughout the series. But at the same time, I always try to fall on the side of being aggressive and flying off at things and making shots, just because that's what my team needs me to do.
Thanks, Duncan.
All right.